All right, in today's video, we're going to talk about the idea that discipline is not always equal in every aspect of life. I don't know if equal is the right word for that, but what I mean by that is you might be really disciplined in one aspect of life, but that doesn't mean that you're going to have to be able to have that same discipline in other aspects of life. So it's okay to be not disciplined in every single aspect. And the aspects that you're not disciplined in, it's okay to get coaching or help or accountability for those areas. So I'm going to use me as an example for this. I actually run into this a lot with like my business coaching clients because they struggle with the idea that they're super disciplined in certain aspects of their life, but this part they can't be. And that's what we're there for. We're there to be really on the business side, the accountability and priority coaches, helping them figure those out. I'm going to talk about myself as an example to kind of like put this into perspective. So in my life, I am completely disciplined in pretty much all things business. It's kind of my nature to be really focused and dialed in on that stuff, organized. I have a team, so I want to make sure they're organized. Communication, organization is one of my strengths. Priority focused on everything. I'm really good at making sure I'm working on the right priorities. Disciplined in all those aspects. So I feel great about that. I'm pretty disciplined in like the house itself, like our house stays super clean. My wife's a lot better at cleaning. I'm a lot better at organizing, keeping that kind of stuff. But the house is like on point, disciplined in that sense. But the area I really struggle with, honestly, is even though I have a health and fitness background, my area of discipline that I struggle the most with is nutritionally. I've always struggled with it. From a young age, I struggled with being kind of overweight as a kid. And then when I got into sports, that helped kind of get rid of that weight. And the discipline that came from me in sports was I wanted to be a world-class football player. And so I did everything in the power because that was the main focus. And I was allowed to really dial in on that. And that helped me lose a ton of weight, get fit for sports. And that carried me through into college. And then in college, when I no longer had sports anymore, gained the weight back. Then I got disciplined again in my life. That discipline, I don't really know what kind of took me over the edge there. I think it was just like that competitive desire to not be like with my buddies at college and stuff. I didn't want to be the overweight guy. So I got myself really in shape then. But then, I started my first career, which was in manufacturing as a VP of manufacturing for my dad's corporation. And I gained a lot of weight during that time. And that was, so I'm super disciplined in all these things in business, but then I gained a ton of weight. Because I was so disciplined and focused over here that I was letting this part go, and I was willing to let this part go because I wanted to keep being disciplined in the things that was easy for me. But nutrition never was. Fitness has always been a little bit easy for me. I enjoy like strength training, that kind of stuff. But like, as anybody knows with nutrition, if your nutrition's bad, all your fitness doesn't really matter as much. So I couldn't really outdo those components because I was just eating like crap. So going, fast forward, decided to, leave that corporation, move to Australia to have a chance to kind of reset myself from that business, my dad's business, and get myself refocused on my health. Got refocused on my health for that year, opened up a gym with my two business partners in Illinois. I went up a gym and I thought, okay, this is going to be the solution. Now, because I have a gym, I'm never going to struggle with my weight again because my focus is going to be on that. But then I started focusing on everybody else's health and nutrition and coaching crazy hours. And that's a fitness coach knows the hours are there. And I want to grow a business. It's a new business. So then my nutrition kept on failing. So as you can see along this journey, like I am disciplined in like growing the business. I'm disciplined in all these other areas, but my nutrition is just one area I couldn't get disciplined in. So eventually I hired a nutrition coach to help me kind of lose the weight, get focused on that kind of stuff. That helped for a while. When I left the nutrition coach, then I struggled again. It's like this is back and forth journey. But then I ended up losing all my weight a lot of weight before COVID. I was in 2019 in the best shape of my life, and then COVID hit and started gaining the weight back from stress of the gym being closed, all that kind of stuff. So as I kind of continue to go down this topic, the conceptual side here is that no matter how disciplined I was in one aspect of life, it doesn't mean I'm going to be disciplined in every aspect because I'm giving so much attention and focus to another area. And I have so much more, like, I don't know if skill set's the right word because I'm very skilled in nutrition. I'm very skilled in fitness. I have a bachelor's in exercise science. I'm a certified nutrition coach. Like, it's not like I'm not skilled in those things. It's just my discipline wasn't there. It was the area that I always struggled with mentally. That's why I learned so much about it because I struggled with it so much and wanted to learn every detail. But by learning, that doesn't mean I could create the accountability I needed. So every time I had an accountability coach, somebody to hold me accountable to something, I was able to get rid of the weight. But as with anything else, you feel like you master it, move on, and have those, and then all of a sudden those issues come back over time. So as I talk to different business coaching clients, there's, I have a lot of gyms that we work with, and a lot of those guys are super disciplined in like their nutrition and fitness with their members, but they're not disciplined in reaching out and doing their lead follow-up. They're not disciplined in setting their priority list for the week. They're not disciplined on working on their business at all. And so that's where we kind of come in with the priority coaching, is we focus on helping them figure out what's the right priority they're supposed to be working on, and then giving them the accountability throughout the month and the quarter to accomplish that goal over time. And that's what a lot of them struggle with. As a business owner, they'll be really good at certain aspects, but they struggle with the focus in that. And then I have other ones that are awesome at that component, but then they focus on not reaching out to clients often. I'm very disciplined in like setting up my priorities, all that kind of stuff. But the problem is I'm just not disciplined in like doing the sales calls or whatever that main thing is that's holding their business back. And so you can see the discipline is not equal everywhere else. There's that dichotomy a little bit of the idea that I can be so disciplined here and not disciplined there. It doesn't really make any sense, but it really is like just the nature of the beast. And so can I pull my discipline from one section? Like, so I'm super disciplined on my priority focus. Can I can make fitness a priority. Am I able to do that? And yes, in certain ways, yes, you can definitely do that. I have done that, and I'm currently in that process of pulling as much discipline away from certain parts of my business to give the focus on my health and fitness, as it's something that I'm trying to work to get fitter and fitter all the time. And so I am pulling some discipline, but I also need a level of accountability over here that I just, no matter what I do, I can't do on my own. I got to have this component, because it's the part that I'll let slip. So I have accountability right now from multiple different people on the nutrition and health side of things, because that's the area where I will let go faster than anything. And for some reason or another, it's just always been the way it is. Probably because it's tough, it's challenging, and it's not as... There's gamification to weight loss, right? Like obviously you're losing weight, that kind of stuff, but it's the consistent having to do it all the time. Whereas even with like priority focusing and organizing and stuff like that nature, you kind of get it like in line. I only have to focus on this for 5 days, and I have to focus for like 8 hours a day kind of thing, versus all the darn time. And so not to have this be a big spiel about like my journey on weight loss and that kind of stuff. The big idea here is the fact that I want to use that as an example to say that just because you're disciplined in certain areas, don't feel bad that you're not disciplined in other areas. But take advantage of the fact that like you're disciplined in these areas. You don't need help here. So you can narrow down one aspect of your life and say, okay, this is like if 70% of my life over here is on point and I only have 30% that's off, I can be like, oh man, I'm still doing really well. Or I can hire that 30% out in terms of getting help for that. Somebody to hold me accountable to those components. Because I got this part over here. Like for me, I've got this business component. I got this. I own this. No worries there. Nobody's going to help me, make me fall off my game over here. However, over here, this is where I have to hire help. This is where I need help to move it. No matter how much I know a ton. In this section over here, the nutrition and fitness side, I know a ton, but I have to hire out help, and I got to hire out accountability as well. And so with that in mind, it's okay to hire out accountability. It's okay to get accountability for the things that you struggle with. And I like to think of business coaching personally more. So there's two components to business coaching. There's a business coach that's just an idea generation person, the person that kind of just continues to give you more and more ideas. And then there's the accountability priority person. And we lean in more into that priority and accountability side. Now, I have tons of ideas. I can give you more ideas, but most business owners don't struggle with ideas. What they struggle with is following through with the current ideas that they have that have never been accomplished. Instead of stacking new ideas on, let's actually do the thing you're supposed to be doing, get that completely dialed in. And once that's completely dialed in, run it long enough to master it before you go throw something else on top of it. That's the conundrum of all business owners, realistically. The ones that really, really kill it, like the Hormozis, the Frasillas, people like that, they are religiously good at doing the mundane things, and they do them day after day after day. And whenever they go to when they go to talk to somebody and like, hey, like why isn't my business growing? And they're like, hey, are you doing these basic 3 things? No, not really. I hire those out, or it's like, no, like do the basics. They're great at the basics, right? That's why they're great. And so the accountability side of things, like keeping you accountable to the basics, the things that you're supposed to be doing religiously, getting your calls in, making sure you're focusing on the right priorities. If you want to grow a following, focus on getting that following, doing your content, working on your content kind of stuff. So there's an accountability side to it, making sure you're focusing on that accountability. So let's go ahead and wrap up this video with the idea that like, just because you aren't disciplined in one way or another, don't punt on that part of life. If you're somebody that's like me that struggles with nutrition, that kind of stuff, I mean, not awesome, but like you go ahead and hire that out. We do, you can always reach out to me. We have a coaching program at Game Changer Performance, my gym, that's online coaching that can help you out there if you need help on that side. Otherwise, there's tons of nutrition coaches out there. I have a lot of people that I work with that I can always refer you out to as well. Nutrition coaching, fitness, like get that stuff dialed in, hire that out, get help for that. Or if you're somebody that struggles with accountability in your business, you're good at certain things, but you're just not good at focusing on the right things. Cool, hire somebody like us where we can help you, focus on the things that you're supposed to be focusing on, get you dialed in on the right priorities and hold you accountable to those priorities. If it's something on your finances, go hire, there are tons of like CPAs out there that help accountability. I know a friend of mine in the fitness industry, Dean Carlson, he owns, I can't remember what the name of it is, Profit or something like that, but it's a profit first company regardless. A profit first company. And so hold you accountable to your finances, right? And so there's a lot of people out there that can help with accountability. Go find those people. You probably don't need any more ideas on how to do anything. You need somebody that's going to hold you accountable to the thing you're not doing, period. You don't need new strategies. You don't need to go from nutrition, like, now I need to go to carnivore. Carnivore's a solution. No offense to carnivore. I think it's awesome in certain ways. However, that's probably not your obstacle. Your obstacle is the fact that you have nobody to hold you accountable to follow through the things you're supposed to do. Same thing on business. It's probably not that you need another idea to come to fruition. The thing is you need to be able to just follow through with the thing you're supposed to do that you never did do. You got this idea, you built this thing out, blah, blah. It didn't happen the very first time. Stop doing it. No, have somebody hold you accountable to that, follow through with that, making sure that's the right priority. Focus on it, move your life forward, move your business forward. Every aspect of life, you can hire somebody out for that. So again, if you need any help with the business side of things, let me know. If you need help on the fitness and nutrition side of things, let me know as well. Also, if you want to if you're male and you're an entrepreneur, you can join our Brotherhood Beyond Business Mastermind program, which focuses on all these aspects that I'm talking about. We have a health component to it. We have a wealth component to it. We have all those different components, and it's really focused on the growth of like the group working together to master all aspects of life, the 10 domains of life. It's not just about being a business entrepreneur. It's not about being really focused on that. It's about being focused on all aspects of life, because all aspects of life raise you up. Raising tides raise all ships. The idea of like that's helping you raise all aspects of life. So if that's something you want into, we have a program for that. So reach out to us for anything that you need help with. Just remember, accountability is a choice that you can make. Reach out and find the right person for that.